Hari Om. Greetings, everyone. Today I'm going to share a story. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites because of the meaning it holds and because it has a surprise ending. And it takes place in a school on the very first day of school. Teacher speaks. Students, today is special, your first day of school. We will treat this day as a holiday. I'll send you home early, but only after teaching you something that you can show your parents. We will learn to write the number 1. The class was thrilled. The teacher turned to the blackboard and traced a single stroke for the class to see and practice. And then one by one she checked all the students' papers. Good, fine, very nice. You have all done very well. You are dismissed for today. The next day, the teacher gave a new assignment. Boys and girls, we can continue to number 2. She drew the number on the board, and again she strolled up and down the aisles checking the papers. Then she came to one boy who seemed to have misunderstood the assignment. Son, you're still writing the number 1. Today we're practicing number 2. Your number 1s are fine. Feel free to move on. The boy replied, Teacher, I know we're doing number 2, but somehow I just feel that I don't understand the number 1 yet. Well, okay. I'll let you continue with it today, but you must catch up with the class by tomorrow or you'll be too far behind. The next day the teacher wrote the number 3 on the board, but our hero was still practicing number 1. Oh, son, you're still practicing number 1. Your number 1 is perfect. There's no reason for you to continue practicing it. I understand, teacher. I don't want to cause any trouble. It's just that I don't feel I understand the number 1. Days passed and the class continued to advance while our young man insisted on practicing number 1. Finally, in a moment of great exasperation, the teacher lost her temper. Go home. I'm at my wit's end with you. Maybe your parents can do something with you. The boy went home and explained what happened to his parents, and they were shaken. Yet they hoped that they could guide him through this perplexing problem. But the boy continued with the same behavior. Every day they made their best effort, and every day he replied, I'm sorry to hurt you. I don't mean to obey Mom and Dad. It's just that I don't understand the number 1. Well, after a few weeks of this, even his parents lost their temper. You're so stubborn. Leave us alone. Get out of our sight. Quietly, the boy left, entering the forest at the edge of their village. Moments later, the parents, regretting their outburst, searched for their son but couldn't find him. Weeks passed, and then one day, the boy appeared at the classroom. The teacher was excited, yet she was restrained by the boy's past behavior. So she simply welcomed him and then added, Is there anything we can do for you, son? Teacher, I know the number 1. Would you like to come up to the front of the room and show everyone your number 1? Well, certainly, if you like. The little boy calmly walked to the front of the room. Picking up the chalk and turning to the blackboard, he traced a simple straight line of the number 1. And the blackboard split in half. The boy's focused attention on writing the number 1 resulted in an extraordinary demonstration of the power of a one-pointed mind. His simple act took on miraculous dimensions. He intuitively realized that his awareness in writing the number 1 and the physical act of writing it were not unified. He persisted until his mind was fully united with the act. His intention, thought, and actions became fully integrated. We need that kind of one-pointed perseverance to overcome obstacles and to pierce the veneer of ignorance. Keep in mind that anyone who has achieved mastery has devoted a great deal of time and effort to overcoming challenges. No accomplished athlete, musician, or cabinet maker ever succeeded without finding ways of prevailing over obstacles. Meditation is not different. It's a process. It's not an event. We should never give up. Too many people quit when they're on the verge of success. Perseverance always pays off. Ants, daily walking the same path across a stone wall, will wear a groove in it one day. Likewise, our practices will eventually eradicate ignorance and the suffering it brings. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light.